Hello and welcome to Message in a Moment. It is my joy today to come into your area. Some of you watch us on little phones, some on internet, some on there's just no telling where all this ministry is coming. But I'm glad that we're connected today for just this moment. It's not a long time, so just stay calm and just listen for a second. I'm talking to you about the teachings of Jesus. When he left, he told his disciples, go into all the world and teach them all that I've taught you. Don't just teach them about salvation. Teach them all that I've taught you. And so I'm just going and teaching you all that he taught. Verse by verse is what I'm looking at. He came to a place with his disciples that he was teaching them about fasting. Now, fasting is an interesting thing. To fast means to do without something, to put it aside. Most of the time when we fast food. We'll set food aside for a day, and every time, and it's an interesting thing, our body gets used to eating, what if it's 2 times a day, 1 time a day, or 3 times a day, or whatever, our body gets acclimatized to that. So if we eat at 8 o'clock every morning for several mornings, then at 8 o'clock, our body says, feed me. And then if we eat at 12 o'clock, then at 12 o'clock, whether we're really that ravenously hungry or not, our body says, feed me again. So most of us that do any fasting at all set food aside for a day. Isaiah 58, you might want to just take some time and read Isaiah, because God was really perturbed with those so-called spiritual people of the day, because they were doing all kinds of crazy fasts. And he asked this question in Isaiah 58, is what you're doing the fast that I've chosen? Are you fasting the way I want you to fast? Or have you made up a bunch of stuff and you're fasting the way you want to fast? And he went on to teach in that particular area. He said, when you fast, deal your bread to the hungry. If you're setting aside the bread, don't just let it sit there and waste. Find somebody that's hungry, and instead of you eating the bread, deal the bread to them. And your Father who sees you will see that. In fact, he said this, even when you go through dark times, it'll be in comparison to the sunshine. Your darkness will be like the quality or the power of the rays of the sun when you're fasting a godly fast. So Jesus then picks up on that, and he says, when you fast, he didn't say if you fast, he says when you fast, don't be like the hypocrites who disfigure their face and they look so sad, and they want everybody to feel sorry for that spiritual person. He is so spiritual, he's fasting, oh my goodness. Jesus said, in fact, don't look like that. He said, you wash your face up. Walk around looking like you got it all together. Don't act like you're some kind of a fasting hypocrite. But he said this, those people who do that, who walk around looking all dejected because they're fasting, they're spiritual and fasting. He said, when people look at them, feel sorry for them, or even applaud them for their great spiritual fast, he said, they have their reward. But he said, when you fast, wash your face. Go on about life and don't let anybody know that you're on a spiritual fast. Because then he says this, and here's what I particularly love. And your Father, who sees in secret, will reward you openly. You see that there's rewards? That God, we don't have to wait till we get to heaven to get our rewards. Live the life of the teachings of Christ here on earth, and you will go from blessing to blessing. In fact, the Scripture calls it moving from glory to glory. Well, I hope as your walk today brings you maybe to an occasional fast, that you do it in secret so that God can bless you openly. Until we meet again, walk in blessings.